So, did y'all see that George Pickens catch? Did you see it? If you didn't see it, I'll put a picture up just in case, because you need to see it if you didn't see it. And the Steelers won. Here we go, Steelers!
Ah, we won! Here we go, Steelers! Here we go! You know what? I needed to start this video with my terrible towel because victory formation, the Steelers won the game. What a great game that it was. But it's always funny to me how teams always try to like get a towel so that you'll wave, so that you think you'll drown out Steelers fans. Here's the thing. You're never going to drown out Steelers fans. You want to know why? Because we're used to waving towels. Other fans aren't used to waving towels. And so you get them towels, they wave them for kickoff, and then they don't care about those towels. Where Steelers fans are always like, woo! Like what we do is wave towels. So it doesn't matter what stadium you go to, everyone is not going to wave towels like Steelers fans wave towels. We wave towels. It's what we do. It's in our culture. It's embedded in us. And no matter how many of you try to get towels for your team, it is just simply not going to work because we're the Steelers and we wave towels. But seriously, my Steelers won the game. I'm so excited. It was a great game. There was ups and downs and I was anxious the whole game, and it was such a good game, and I am so proud of them, and I cannot wait to get on the other side of this and talk about all the things that I'm proud of. Can we just take a second and be reflective as people? And Mike Williams was discarded from the Jets. The Jets got Adams and they were like, we don't need this guy anymore. And so he left that team. And you know what? He came onto the Steelers team. He didn't have a lot of snaps this game. He wasn't a starter this game. And so Calvin Austin got hurt. And you know what? Austin got hurt. The next guy stepped in and the next guy was Mike Williams, and Mike Williams touched the game-winning the go-ahead touchdown. Is that not crazy? It's just a reminder in life. Don't stop. Do what you were supposed to do. Stay in your lane, do what you're supposed to do, and you be ready to go. Because the second you are ready to go, it's game time. Get out there and get your team a win. Like, what a great story and what a great reminder of life. This was a total team win. Special teams was working. Defense was working. Offense was working. Every single thing we needed to work in this game worked. And we won by 1 point. Do you know how many times I say, I don't care how much my team wins by. I just want to win by. I don't even care if it's 1 point. We won by 1 point. What a remarkable game. The refs still suck. All of those things are still true. But I am just very proud of this team because historically when the Steelers used to get down 10 points and the 10 points, like they were at 24 and we were at 14. Historically, we couldn't score more than 20 points. So anytime a team would score 20 points, we knew as fans we might be in trouble because we can't score more than 20 points. But in this game, our team got down. We were down 24-14 and we didn't stop. We kept going. We kept grinding. We kept going. Then we run the ball and get all the way down to the 2 and we fumble the ball, which whatever. But that's okay because then we get the ball back and we keep going and we keep going. Like if you're not a Steelers fan, you do not understand what this win means to us as fans who have been struggling for the past 4 or 5 years. Like we have an offense, we have a defense, we have an offense, we have special teams, like everything is just working and it's making sense. And I am so proud of this team. So let me just get into the things that I love. Honestly, I loved everything. Woo! Honestly, I didn't love everything, but I did love our offense. I did love our defense. I did love everything that I saw happening. It was balanced football. Like Wilson wasn't having his best day, but he was making things work and he was sustaining drives. That was great. We were running the ball. We knew that coming into this game that the Commanders' offense that the Commanders' defense wasn't very good at stopping the run. So we made the decision to run the ball. Beautiful. Love that. I also love Patrick Queen. Like Patrick Queen today popped. Patrick Queen had himself a day. Shout out to Patrick Queen. He showed up. He did everything he was supposed to do. Shout out to Patrick Queen. Like, what a great team win. Was it pretty? No. Did it get ugly sometimes? Yes, but we win ugly football games. I'm all for that. I am all for winning ugly football games. That is why I harp and I harp and I harp and I harp. We look like an NFL offense. This is why I harp. Like you can't even understand what the Steelers have been through through over the past few years to understand the joy I felt when I was like, oh gosh, we're not going to get down. We're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep going. Our offense can score points. Like, this is phenomenal. I can't even explain to you how great this is. I'm super excited for this team. Kudos to them. They came out ready to go. We have the Ravens next week. We'll deal with them when they come, but victory formation. Here we go, Steelers. The things I don't understand, but whatever. I don't understand why Cordell Patterson is on kickoff. That makes absolutely no sense to me. I don't understand why the Steelers have Cordell Patterson on kickoff. I don't get it. I don't understand. So until he breaks for a touchdown, I will not understand it because I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't know why the refs don't like us. Like, what did we do for the refs not to like us? What did the Pittsburgh Steelers organization do for the refs not to like us? The officiating in this game was so bad, but I don't understand what we did to deserve it. So I'm just going to leave it at a whatever. The things that I hated, I'm going back and forth with this because I hated the punt. Like, I hated the fake punt. I didn't hate the fake punt. I hated that we decided to do that where we had the ball. So I feel like as I'm learning and taking a deep breath and being self-reflective and listening to other people's opinions, I am learning during the game, they mentioned that what was happening was that Mike Tomlin has a call in place. And so when you see a certain thing and it happens, you do the call and you do the fake punt and the guy's open, and he was open. He was wide open. He just dropped the ball. I didn't like it though, because you're in the Commanders' territory and we had all the momentum. We had just scored a touchdown. We had stopped them. Like, all of these things are happening on our end and we have the momentum, and you do that and it happens and then they get the ball back. And so I don't like anything that takes me out of the momentum. I don't like what you see. I also will say Mike Tomlin has bigger balls than I do. So that's okay. So he can do what he's going to do. This is his team. I don't have to love it, but I can still complain about it because it didn't work. Because let's be honest, if it would have worked, I would not be complaining about it. So I'll just leave that. The other thing I didn't love is the Commanders getting a 95-yard drive or 94-yard drive at halftime. Like, I don't like anytime my team opens up a game and gives up a touchdown, and I hate going into halftime when we give up a touchdown and the team comes back and gets the ball. I don't like it. And so that wasn't great. I felt like the Steelers had like 3 straight possessions of just bad football, holding. I didn't like the holding, the DBs, like whatever. It was just not a good football at that time. And so I was frustrated. But so anyways, I just hope as we move forward that we can prevent those things. But I get it. It's football. We can't prevent everything. But I didn't love that they were able to get that touchdown heading into half. And then I didn't love that on their first possession, they scored another touchdown. But that's okay, because it's a new Steelers team. And this new Steelers team, we have an offense. And when we have an offense, teams can score on us. And I don't have to panic. I can be like, okay, they scored. Great. Now it's our turn. Now we get the ball. So kudos to that. The other thing I'll say here that I hate is that we are getting held in the end zone, no penalty. We're getting held when the team kicked field goals, no penalties. The refs are so bad. I don't understand why they're bad. I don't understand why the Steelers can't get a call. It's a little bit weird to me, but they are actually collectively bad. I've watched them be bad all weekend, and quite frankly, I'm over these refs. The random thing is kind of weird because this isn't a Steelers thing. This is actually for Jaden Daniels. Do you know that the Commanders still haven't turned the ball over on offense in 4 games? No, now it's 5 games. I said it in my preview video that the Commanders haven't turned the ball over and we're going to need a turnover. And they still didn't turn the ball over. The offense still didn't turn the ball over. So they are now 5 games without a turnover on offense. That is absolutely phenomenal. So shout out to the Washington Commanders for that. The other thing is I was wondering, do offsetting penalties, do those penalty yards go against your actual total yards? I probably could Google that answer. But anyways, I was kind of wondering, like, I hate offsetting penalties and I'm like, why do they even bother to call offsetting penalties? But now I'm starting to wonder if it's because it goes against your stats and something else. But I don't really know. So I will just leave that where it's at. But look, overall, we won. We beat a good team. Well, a team that has a great record. And I think they're a good team. Like, I think the Washington Commanders are a good team. So I am pumped up. I got got my towel. I brought my towel. I'm waving it. I am so excited. Also, the proper way to wave a towel is not to wave it on the end. It will never go. If you grab it in the middle, it will wave a lot easier. So that's what you learned today. But the Steelers, they won. We're 7-2. This is AFC North week. We're playing the Ravens this week. I'll make a separate video about that, obviously. But I just wanted to come on and say how proud I was of the Steelers, because historically, this would have been a game that we would have lost. Like this tight game, being down 10 points, all of these things going against us, but we fought and we rose to the occasion. And so I'm proud of them for that. And like I end every video, I am going to, on the other side of this, rant about some things that I'm going to be keeping an eye out as this season goes on, because we all know by now, I always have things I like to keep an eye out on and things I like to potentially complain about if it continues to come up. But I will end this video here. I will wave my terrible towel and I will say, here we go. Let me get to the other side of this so I can rant.
I'm going to keep an eye out on as we head into this next week is very simple. How often are we going to get the ball to George Pickens? Because George Pickens is phenomenal. George Pickens deserves to get as many catches as we can get him. So I hope we do not go away from George Pickens. The second thing I'm going to keep an eye out on for us is injuries. So this is where I was getting concerned when I saw the schedule. Historically, when we play the Ravens, we usually go into this game healthy. During this game, there's usually a lot of injuries because the physicality of it, the rivalry of it, all the things. We're literally battling for the division in this game. Obviously, the season's not over yet. I'm not saying this game is going to decide the division, but it has the potential to decide the division. And so this Ravens game, I'm very curious to see how, if we stay healthy, what we look like if we're able to sustain ourselves as we keep moving and get into the thick of our schedule. Because after we play the Ravens on Sunday, we then play the Browns on Thursday. So I'm going to be paying attention to our health, going to be paying attention to George Pickens, and I'm going to be keeping an eye out on this offensive line, because the Commanders were able to get pressure against this offensive line. And I know that that's normal, right? Like, it's the NFL, like, both teams are good, I got it. But I'm just going to keep an eye out on this offensive line, because I might have a little bit of concern when we're heading into playing the Ravens, because the Ravens have a great defensive line. It's funny, the Ravens is like, let's be honest, the Ravens are like a mirror image of the Steelers. Like, we're the inverse of each other in a lot of ways. But I'm just going to keep an eye out on it, and I'm going to hope that my Steelers have a game plan. I'm going to hope they're ready to go. I'm going to trust that they're going to be ready to go, because Mike Tomlin has earned that from me. But I don't want to see ugly football, but it's Steelers-Ravens, and I fully expect it to be an ugly football game, because that's just how it goes. But I'll end this video here. Here we go!